Hello everybody, hope that you are good. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your messages supporting the content. I'm very happy about that. And yes, we're having fun with the charts, but of course you have even more fun when you can see that the price action goes in our favor and the projections are getting completed. So just to give you some context, remember that we established the weekend range. We were expecting a false move on Monday, and because we had the wick to the downside, it is going to be our final target. Let's call it like that, okay? For Monday's false move, we were expecting a pump into resistance. Our resistance was the 50 in the 4 hour time frame and the 50 in the daily time frame. Okay, this is the 4 hour and this is the daily time frame. You can see that it perfectly went into this zone and then got rejected. Also, in this day on Monday, we zoomed in the 1 hour time frame and we expected also a stop hunt in the New York session. We saw that happening and then a dump during the Asian session back into this liquidity pool over here that you can see that it got filled. Okay, so all good. Now when we see a false move on Monday, I call it a false move because usually what happens is that during the rest of the week the trend goes into the opposite direction. Okay, so that means that if we've had a false move on Monday to the upside, we're expecting that the rest of the week we could see a trend to the downside. Okay, and that would be towards this week. Now I don't know if this is going to happen or not. I think today is Wednesday. Okay, so this is very important because the weekly psychological pattern usually is Monday's false move. Well, let me explain to you really quickly here. You have the weekend range, and then you can see Monday's false move either to the upside or to the downside. Let's do it to the upside. Then you can see the week going into the opposite direction. Okay, so that's after the false move finished. That was in the New York session on Monday, the stop hunt, and then from then we can see go to the downside, and then on Thursday, sometimes on Wednesday, but usually it's on Thursday, you can see some kind of reversal. Okay, and that can take you sometimes back into the weekend range or very close to it. So my idea is to be running shorts until probably tomorrow. Okay, so by tomorrow I would like, between today and tomorrow, I would like that they hit this week. Okay, then in this week, if this happens by today or tomorrow, then I'm gonna close my shorts and I'm gonna try to switch to a long, okay, to a scalp long position. Again, I don't know, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if we're gonna see this pattern playing out exactly like that this week. Some weeks play out different. We might see today, for example, some sideways, and maybe tomorrow we see something like this. Who knows, okay? But of course, we're going with the cycle, and we're expecting that between today and tomorrow, hopefully they can fill this week. Then we can close all longs, okay? And then we can see some kind of long scalp opportunity, okay? Maybe back here to around 26,600. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on for now, okay? Now I would like to go into the order book to see where the liquidity is. Is the liquidity to the downside or to the upside? Okay, we're in the order book and we can see that the liquidity is to the downside. Okay, there is quite a lot of liquidity at 26,500 and of course at 26,000 because it's a round number. And also, if you notice, it matches with the week. What a coincidence, right? Now you have to understand that the order book includes everything. Okay, it includes buy and sell limit orders, stop losses, and liquidations, because the stop losses and liquidations are also limit orders. So here it includes everything. It's kind of like a good thing but also a bad thing because you cannot distinguish. It doesn't tell you what each thing is, okay? It doesn't tell you if 26,000 are buy limit orders or if they are stop losses or liquidations. It doesn't tell you, okay? You have to figure it out in another way. In my case, I go to high block capital and to the chart, because in high block capital I can see the liquidations, and in the chart I can see where, for example, the stop losses can be. Okay, but now obviously I can see that 26,000 we have the week, so all those orders are because of that week. So that's an interesting zone in the chart. Okay, so in principle, the order book is giving us confluence that price could go down. Let's have a look at the dollar index because I know that it's moving nicely. Let's have a look. We drew this W pattern. We've been talking about it for a month. I think that the first or the second YouTube video that I uploaded, we were talking about this formation in the dollar index, and you can see that it seems that it might be playing out. Okay, it's looking pretty bullish for the dollar. Let me tell you what I think of this price action over here, but so far what I can see is that we had a big drop, we found a bottom, then a retrace towards the daily 50 MA. We actually went above it, but you can see that we failed to test it as support, so price went again to these lows. What happened here is very interesting, and it's pretty bullish because you can see that they actually swapped the lows. Okay, you're not gonna be able to see it here. Okay, they actually swapped the lows, which is pretty bullish because what they are doing here is trapping traders into believing that price is gonna continue going lower. Okay, so traders here are gonna place also limit shorts. Okay, because they're gonna be breakout traders. They're gonna think, okay, if price breaks below this previous low, then we're losing support and we're gonna go lower. So what the market does instead is they sweep the lows and they push price higher. And you can see it here very well, okay? Now it seems that we are again above the daily 50 MA, and yesterday it was, to be honest, actually yesterday and on Monday too, we tested our support and now price is going higher. So this is looking, in my opinion, very bullish for the dollar index. I think this W formation is looking quite likely, okay? When the DXY goes up, Bitcoin goes down, okay? And vice versa. When the dollar index goes down, Bitcoin is gonna go up. So as long as the dollar index keeps pushing up, okay, Bitcoin is not gonna do well. So this is why I think you should keep an eye on this chart. Of course, the key here, in my opinion, is the daily 50 MA. As long as we're above it, then we're gonna continue testing a support, keep pushing price up, and so on. We're back in the Bitcoin chart, and I want to remind you that this is not financial advice, okay? It's just the opinions of a random trader. I do this for myself in a daily basis because I have to prepare the setups for me for the day. And the only difference is that I'm just sharing my thoughts with you guys here in Twitter and on YouTube, okay? That's the realities. You are, at the end of the day, responsible of your own trades. You shouldn't follow anybody's trades. This video should only be as confluence or for educational purposes. But what I can favor this week, or what I'm hoping for, is that we see at least the 50% of the week getting filled. Why? Because we have the confluence in the order book. We saw a lot of liquidity at 26,000, okay? And also the dollar index is going up. Okay, so as long as it continues going up, then Bitcoin is gonna go down. Of course, you can see now, that was the daily time frame of the dollar index. If we go into the 1 hour time frame, maybe we see some kind of retrace in the dollar index, and that can make Bitcoin, maybe pushing all the way into the 1 hour, or the 4 hour 50 MA around 27,100 again. Why not? But this week is still a very interesting zone. So I think we're still gonna come here sooner or later, okay? Or at least that's what I think. Now let me take you to the weekly time frame really quickly, okay? I don't want to take all your time, but let me remove this and the daily 50 MA. So now what you can see here is that we have the weekly 50 MA 25,700, okay? The week is also at 25,800, so that's pretty much the same place. And you also have, if you go to the daily time frame, okay, you have a very interesting zone here, okay? That's at 25,200. You can see again, the price goes all the way here. We see a sell-off, price goes again here, sell-off, and we haven't tested it as support yet. So why not? You have a lot of different confluence between 25,200 and 25,800. Okay, so that would be this zone over here. I think it's very likely the price comes back to this zone. That's at least what I think it might happen. The 50% of the week, I think it's for sure. That's around 26,050, I think we said, or 26,066. But yes, I mean, this zone is still between 25,200 and 25,800. You have a lot of confluence to believe that that's an interesting zone in the chart for price to go back to. Okay. Then from here, you can even see a push, maybe even go above these highs, or if not, you're gonna see price, going down, and you have here quite a lot of liquidity pools. If we mark them, This is a massive liquidity pool here, and that's between 23,800 and 20,500. That's an imbalance in the chart, these two candles, okay? So why not? This is what I think at the moment, okay? I think we should visit probably this white rectangle over here. Then price will decide what to do next from here, okay? Either to see a push and go above the previous highs, or we lose this key zone here and we're going towards this imbalance. Also remember that in high block capital, in the liquidation heat map, we have here a 22,400, a lot of liquidations, okay? And that's in this zone. So I want you guys to think about the chart. Of course, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.